want to pick up where we left off the other day. We were working on lopsow, and now we want to work on some troubleshooting when it comes to lopsow. And it's just not in lopsow. This kind of gives you ideas for the way to approach Chi Sao. A lot of times you'll get started in Chi Sao and you end up at a sticking point. You know, somebody will throw an attack, you have a back and forth, and then suddenly you get to a point you go, all right, what do I do next? Well, this kind of gives you a place to troubleshoot those things. Okay. We had gone through the catch-24 drills before, and where you're working, you know, block, pass, pin, was kind of some of the same type of ideas here. We're using push, pull, pass, the 3 Ps. Okay. As we're starting to do lop, and remember we went through lop the other day, and I talked about you can have that overhand lop, and then you can have the underside lop. Okay. This works either way. Generally, people will do the overside lop if it's available, because that's kind of what you pick up through the lopsow drill. Most of the time, people are more comfortable with that. But that underside lop's there for a reason, like I explained the other day. If I throw a punch, he picks up poxow, and there's nothing over here to lop, you've got the lop on this, the underside on this. And we've talked about the coordination skills with that. Now we're going to get into application, especially when we start working Chi Sao. We're starting to work our the sensitivity to one another, understanding pressure, energy, direction, those types of things. So one of the most basic, and we're working from one hand in, one hand out. One hand's in the Fuk Sao position, the other hand's in the Bong Tan position. So as we're working through this, one of the most basic attacks is that lop and hit. Now, let's talk about hand position on the attack, first of all. When I go to the lop, why am I throwing foxow instead of a punch? Okay. I throw foxow because I don't want to have to reposition the hand. If I'm here and I've gone here to punch him, I have to reposition the hand to throw that punch. Or I'm having to throw that punch from out here, which can be done, but it's not nearly as effective. I mean, you use it to crash a line from the outside. But when we're this close and I'm throwing from in here and he's got that hand coming forward, he's actually got position on me at this point. Okay. Lop should be, when I do this lopsow, it's almost like if you took a limb and you press it out of the way and then release it and it snaps back automatically. I don't want necessarily to have this to be something that I cock and hit. Whenever you do a cocking of the attacking hand, whether it be punch, fock, or something like that, you're wasting time, energy, especially time, and giving him opportunity. When I go to clear this hand, it releases, okay? And the fock's not necessarily a chopping hand. We start using it, and it's coming from the body and the arm, so we're hitting with structure, it's not just chopping. So as I start working this, you see this coming in, you see how it's hitting forward and in. But when I run into an obstruction, I need to look at what do I do with this obstruction. Okay? I can push, pull, or pass. Okay? Push is pop. Opens that line. Just pressing that out of the way, push. It's kind of a pock and gum sao. Gum is a penning hand. So we're using a combination of pock and then penning after contact as far as the energy goes. Okay? Okay. That's push. I want to show you one variation of pull. Is lop. I run into an obstruction, I pull in hit. Next variation is pass. Push, pull, pass. I run into an obstruction, I move it. I pass it out of the way. Okay. You see where I end up inside.